Hello. It's been a while since our last tutorial with the mandolin, for the mandolin. Here is one on the chromatics. Now the sign you see before you here is called the sharp sign. By the way, chromatics is actually a big fancy word for accidentals. In other words, something that's happening in an area that shouldn't be in that area at all. The sharp placed before a note rises it the pitch, 1/2 step or 1 fret. Okay? A sharp placed before a note rises it in pitch, 1/2 step or 1 fret. That means towards the bridge. Okay, now there's more others. There's other signs. And I'm going to move this down so you can see. This is the flat sign. And when you see this in a measure where there's no other indications of any other signs for sharps or flats in the key, then you know it's an accidental. And the flat placed before a note lowers its pitch 1/2 step or 1 fret towards the bridge, as you remember, for a flat. Towards the nut. Towards the bridge for a sharp, towards the nut for a flat. Okay, and this is what it looks like, and it will appear anywhere in a sheet of music. It's called accidental. Now this is the natural sign, and if, for example, you have a sharp sign in a measure that really is an accidental, and then the very next note, say if it's a G, and the very next note you play is a G sharp, then when you see this next to the G sharp, you know that it becomes natural again. It goes back to its natural tone, the G. Okay? So that's as simple as that. Now, that said, let's see. Here we have before you, as you can see, it's sharps in the first position, and a sharp placed before a note brings it up, as we were just saying, 1 step, 1 fret, or brings it down, lowers it by 1 fret. Now, you see here, starting here, don't forget your ledger lines, and then you see 1 note, and then the next to it is the same note with a sharp before it, so that means it's raised towards the fret, 1 fret, towards the bridge, 1 fret. And the next note is the same, and if there you find 2, that's no sharp signs, no accidentals, so they're normal. Then you've got the next one, which is sharp. Okay, now I'm going to go back. In the lower one, it's the same thing, as you see there. And so much for that. Okay? Now write those down, starting the top one. I'll leave it there for a bit so you can see how to write it. Now I'll pan it over to the C here, so you can get the others. On the top, don't forget your measure line, and try to keep this on the same line, by the way. I just didn't have enough room there on the same line. And go back, now the bottom one on the same line, and we'll go over to the F note, and then we'll go over to the end. Seems to be a lot of traffic around here again today, and of course my home is not traffic proof, so you probably heard that growling on the video. It isn't me. I don't growl like that. Anyway, now if you do that, remember too that there's no sharps between E and F, as you see there, and B and C notes. Okay? So keep those two on the same staff line. Divide the staff line in two and put your notes on there, because it would look better that way. Those are in the first position, by the way, all of them. Now, that's about it for today that I can tell you about. But I'm going to just zoom that out a bit. It won't go. No, it won't work. But I'm going to just hold it there for now. Now, I'm going to show you that if you know and have learned your basics, you'll be able to progress to more advanced music. It's personal teachers, and if you want to advance your music to professionalism or even just for pleasure, then I would certainly advise you, if you can do it, to go to a private teacher. But in the meantime, if you're happy to stay with this as basics, I will give you the best basics I can. And by the time you're ready to go to a teacher, you would have all that under your belt, as it were. Now, I'm going to play something on the mandolin here. I've been playing sort of a country and western stuff, and you know, the sort of in the 60s and so forth stuff. But once you know how to read this music, once you know how to read and write music, this good old-fashioned, long-time proven way, you will be able to advance yourself without any problem. And if you have any talents at all, and you aspire to become professional, then go for it, and make sure you get the best teachers and so forth. Now, I'm going to play you a little piece here. You know what that is. And I went smoothly through that until I got to one certain part which I deliberately flubbed up. Because when you're practicing something, you will flub things up. Don't get discouraged. Keep at it. So we'll try that again. That piece especially, that part. You get nervous? You get upset? That's what happens. got through it. See, slow down, slow down. If you're going too fast and you miss, slow down. Go over it again. Study it again. That's the point of the whole thing here. Slow down. Because if you go too fast, you can make a mistake. If you're not practicing enough, you should take at least a couple of hours a day or more. And I'm sure some of you do, because there's some good players out there. And okay, that's it for today. Have a good week. Until I see you next time. Bye-bye.